So physical versus digital. For a long time, I'm still kind of like this, but for a long time, I was like against digital, just because I like to have the physical version of something. Like, I mean, it's not like back in the day. I see E got a classic back there, physical version. I just peeped that out. I couldn't see it. You got Final Fantasy 8 sitting right there, and I have Final Fantasy 8 on my PlayStation. But having that case right there is just so much better. Having a book, having the CDs in there, it's just something about that. Like, more so from like a collector standpoint or like a nostalgia standpoint. Seven the same way. I have FF7 on my PlayStation 4, but I also have the original case that I had back in like 97, whatever it dropped. It was like I think the PlayStation Hit version, because it has the green thing on the side, the label. But I still have it. The case is cracked a little bit, but it's still intact. And now I just still like having the hard copies. And I've always been one of those gamers that I take care of my stuff. I don't think I've ever had a game break on me, except for one, and that wasn't even really my fault. I literally was playing Street Fighter Alpha. I actually think I might have cried that day. I don't even know. I can't even remember the rest of that day. I was playing Street Fighter Alpha 3. Was gonna change the game. Just took.
Not Alpha 3, man.
I just pressed the open tray button. I just took it out. You know how you just take the thing off the little disc, and I put it in the case. Just like I normally do. Put whatever else I played in. I was like, I'm on okay. Go back later on, play Street Fighter for 3. It won't work. I'm like, time for some alcohol. This is probably just a little get some alcohol. It didn't work. I look
Oh,
on
okay, you talking
there.
about for the disc. Oh, okay, I got you.
Yeah. I look on there and it was the crack in the middle of the disc.
Oh yeah.
Like the part where it's on the little reader. I'm like, how did it get a crack there? Like I could have cried, man. I was in panic. I put tape on it. I was like, and put it back in there to see if I was just like,
yeah, that happens, man.
Alpha 3, man. You could have did it in any other game, man. Alpha 3. So I might be like Trail. Like, I play the game so much it just broke. Like, I can't keep doing this every day, man. But
yeah, you play it a lot. Maybe it's just one of them things. It's spinning in the disc so much and so hard with so much heat from you playing it all day. It was just like, look, man,
I can't take this anymore.
That could be it, man.
You got me in hospice.
So that's one of the things that's the downside to physical is the fact that it can break or something could happen. Even if you're careful, you can still have something happen to a disc. So I kind of opened up more to digital, like around the midway of PS4's lifespan. And I was like, you know what? I realize now that it's on a cloud system. So even if something happens to all my data on my PlayStation, all I gotta do is log into my account, and it's still everything I bought is still there. So when I realized that, I was like, you know what? Digital is actually not that bad. The only way this can be a downside is if Skynet or somebody comes in, the Terminator comes in and wipes out all the data that's on the servers and be like, yep, you bought that, but you got to buy it again because I erased it. So that's actually one of the things that like kind of swayed me over to understand the digital is actually really good because you can have such a library of games and just have them on a system and play them whenever you want to. Delete them, re-download them because you've already paid for them. Yep. The only downside to that is space. If you don't have a lot of space, then you can't have a lot of games. That's the only thing about it. And even nowadays, it doesn't matter if it's physical or digital. You still have to install the game on the console. Back in the day, you could have 1 million discs, and they save them on memory cards. All you had to do was delete the data on the memory card and put the game in. But now you have to install a game on the console, even if you bought it physically and put the disc in, which is to me is still kind of outrageous. I ain't gonna say outrageous, but it's like it's weird. Back in the day, you just pop it in and play. Now you got a 1,000 gigabyte download update. Like, bro, can I just play the game? No.
Nope.
So they both have their pros and cons, but I'm gonna have to say I'm still a physical guy. I just love having a case. There's box art. Some games have like the reversible box art on the covers. Oh, yeah. It's just just having that physical thing. You see it, you display it on your little case or whatever. I mean, that's one thing with the room. Like if you don't have a lot of space, you can't put your disc everywhere, your cases everywhere. But still, it's just something about having those. Only thing about that is nowadays the manuals suck. There's no manuals. And I know some people are, who cares about manuals? Man, manuals were dope back in the day,
manuals
man.
were cool.
You had the colors and stuff.
Bro, you remember your manuals for the RPGs and stuff, man?
Oh, yeah.
And now you just, manuals, you just basically get like, this is your manual. There you go.
Yeah, you get like a little brochure about the game.
I even hate how they do walkthroughs now, man. I remember you used to have to go buy the big fat Final Fantasy Bible that had all that
Yeah.
stuff in it. Now you just go on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yep.
And they show
So
you
that-
exactly where it is, what the spot looks like, everything. It's like you know exactly where to go.
Yeah. So yeah, for me, I'm gonna have to say I'm still down with the physical. Like I said, there's pros and cons to both, but I guess it's just that nostalgia gamer in me, man. I just like to have those cases, man, and be able to just touch the game, man. Open the case up, smell the new smell of the game, and no pun intended. It's dope, man. So yeah, physical for me.
Like when I was younger, I used to really like man. All right, so first off, like, yeah, man, I do kind of like the whole like nostalgic thing behind the cases and stuff like that, like box art and everything. Especially back when like they used to have the manuals in the cases. That was really cool. And now it's like we're saying, like it's a little like pamphlet that they put in there, if that much. Like it might put like one single sheet, and it might be like a health warning or something like that. So now like you don't really get like what you used to.
That no one ever reads.
Yeah, nobody ever reads it, right?
That health warning could say you play this game for 30 minutes, Thanos will come snap you away. Like you just gonna get snapped away because you didn't read
it. Exactly. You didn't read it. Be like, all right, whatever, man. Let me play the game. I'm trying to play the game. So yeah, man. But the thing is, one of the things that I've realized is that like I really enjoy the whole digital thing because, I mean, there's a whole lot less like stuff to deal with, man. Like there's like a lot less variables and stuff. Like, I mean, the thing about it is like physical can get messed up. Physical can get messed up, but at the same time, I mean, who's to say like like something weird doesn't happen with your account and you get locked out of your account or something like that, like that happens. Random occurrences do happen, so like you get locked out of your account and it's like, oh man, I can't get back into my account. Well,
Yeah, like the
all your
PlayStation Network hack. Everybody was basically just looking around like ain't nothing I could do except succumb to the data breach.
Yeah. I mean, pretty much, man. Like you just had to sit there and just be like, well, I mean, this is happening now. Like this is happening. And it's happening to me. Wow. Like it's crazy. And then it's like, imagine like you just never get back into your account. Like all those games that you bought like over the years. Like I'm not saying that that's a thing that will happen, but I'm just saying that, if you're like me and you like to think about like paranoid stuff like that, you might think about that. So anyway, I do like the portability of having like digital, like the fact that you can just download all of your games onto like an external hard drive and then just be like, all right, I'm just gonna walk out with this, and you can just sign in on somebody else's account, somewhere else, and then you already have the games downloaded onto the hard drive. So you just plug it in, you just start playing. It's just wherever. Especially now with a console like the Steam Deck. Did I say that right? Yeah, I think so.
I think so.
Yeah. So with the Steam Deck, you have like the hard drive, you have the portable console, so I mean, you have a pretty good library of games. I mean, a lot of people I know have been buying Steam games for years. Like my little brother, he buys the Humble Bundle every month. Every single month he gets Humble Bundle, and that means that there's 12 more games that are added to his backlog every single month. So there are people who do that all the time. And they're like, you know what, man? I wish I could play my PC games, but I can't take my PC with me. I don't want to. My laptop is like too bulky or whatever to play games on the train. And then they introduce this. Now you can chop down through your backlog while you're making the commute from home to work or work to home. So I don't know. It seems pretty legitimate. But yeah, like that's why that's part of the reason I like digital so much, because then it's like, okay, I only got to carry what's called the Steam Deck and a hard drive, and that's it. Maybe a rechargeable battery, because you never know, man. You never know. Like get yourself a high capacity battery, like a battery that you can plug your stuff into. Let me tell you, everybody, that is really going to save you in the future. Future you will thank past you for buying something like that. Anyway, yeah, man, I'm a digital fan, man. Like that's pretty much the end of my rant here. It's like I'm a digital fan, and I think it's one of the greatest things to happen to gaming, man. Now I don't have to worry about losing my games anymore.